1 year, 69 games, 91 goals. It sounds like something that should just not be possible, yet this little chap made it all look so easy. As in 2012, Lionel Messi had a year that would redefine football in a way that will never be replicated in our lifetime. And to truly appreciate Messi's 91 goal year, we need to understand the context of his career at that point. By 2012, Messi was already a global superstar, having won multiple Ballon d'Or awards and leading Barcelona to numerous titles. However, even by his high standards, what he achieved in 2012 was simply beyond exceptional. In spite of this, the 2011-12 season was a surprisingly challenging one for Barcelona. This was despite them being at their peak under Pep Guardiola with a squad brimming with talent. The team played an intricate style of tiki-taka football which revolved around quick, precise passing and movement, with Messi being the focal point of the system, thriving in that false nine role where he could drop deep to collect the ball, link up play and then surge forward to finish off attacks. However, the club faced fierce competition from Real Madrid, who were hungry to reclaim their status as Spain's top team under Jose Mourinho. And so, enter Lionel Messi.
Messi hits one, oh, what a goal!
Messi's understanding with his teammates like Xavi, Iniesta and Busquets was telepathic. It was a kind of chemistry that allowed Messi to not only score goals, but also assist his teammates frequently. Nonetheless, heading into the new year, something seemingly snapped for Messi. He locked in like no footballer has ever locked in before. And so he wasted no time kicking off the year in blistering form, as on January 4th, Barcelona played against Osasuna in the Copa del Rey round of 16, where Messi scored 2 goals in a 4-0 victory. This match set the tone for what was to come, as just days later, Messi received his 3rd consecutive Ballon d'Or, something which merely fueled his hunger for success more. Following this, he scored another brace in a 4-2 win against Real Betis, before then bagging his first of 9 hat-tricks in a 4-1 win against Malaga. In February, Messi's goal-scoring spree slowed down, as in a game against Real Sociedad, he managed just a single goal. He also managed just 1 goal against Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League as well. Seriously, bro was finished. Wait. Never mind, as on February 19th in a 5-1 win against Valencia, Messi scored 4 goals. 4. Nonetheless, it slowed down again with just 1 goal against Atletico Madrid, with Messi seemingly back to normality, finally. Then he went away with the national team and got another hat-trick in a game against Switzerland. Yeah, if you couldn't tell already, Messi's performances in February was a clear signal that he was on a mission. His level of consistency was frightening. He wasn't just scoring, he was creating moments of footballing magic. And March was no different. Well, actually, you know what? No, I tell a lie. It was very different. Because within just the first week, Messi bagged 5 in a 7-1 demolition against Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League round of 16. I remember watching this game just simply thinking, how is this even possible? I thought it was all a social experiment. The footballing gods simply wanting to see how good they could make a player before we actually started to question reality. After all, a player scoring 5 in a single Champions League game had never been done before. He continued this form into La Liga as well, starting with a brace against Racing Club, 1 more against Sevilla, and then a hat-trick against Granada, surpassing Cesar Rodriguez's long-standing record to become Barcelona's all-time top scorer in official competitions. Bear in mind at this point, he was just 24 years old. It was clear that the footballing world was dealing with someone that was simply not normal. This took Messi's tally for the season to 54 in 45 games, as this 5-3 victory helped cut the gap to rivals Real Madrid to just 5 points. It was a moment of footballing history, prompting Pep Guardiola to say, "We are witnessing the best player in every sense. He does everything, and he does it every 3 days. There are few players that dominate in this fashion, and he does it. I'm sorry to those that want to sit on his throne, but this lad is the best." However, Pep was actually wrong, because you see, it actually took him 4 days to get his next goal, bagging 1 against Mallorca. Silly Pep. Nonetheless, Messi then rounded out March with a goal against Bilbao. This saw him hit 30 goals in just 3 months of football. To put this into perspective, for example, the Premier League Golden Boot winner for the 11-12 season was Robin van Persie with that same amount of goals. Shockingly, April was no different for Messi, as he kicked things off with another brace, this time in a 3-1 win over AC Milan in the Champions League quarter-finals. Furthermore, against Real Zaragoza, he scored 2 more goals, but the most impressive thing he did in this game wasn't even a goal or assist. Yet, I still feel obliged to highlight this pass because it's the kind of pass that only Messi can make. Messi bagged another goal in a 4-0 win against Getafe, followed by yet another brace against Levante, and another in a 7-0 thrashing of Rayo Vallecano to end April. May then marked the beginning of Messi's record-breaking year as he stole his first of Gerd Muller's records. With a hat-trick against Malaga on May 2nd, Messi took his single-season European total from 65 to 68, thereby surpassing the former Bayern Munich goal magnet's record of 67. This was a 40-year-old record, with Muller himself being the first to congratulate Messi on the achievement, claiming it to be an honour. Little did he realise that Messi wasn't finished coming for him yet. 4 more goals followed as Messi dismantled Espanyol 4-0, with him ending the month with a goal in the Copa del Rey final against Athletic Club Bilbao in a 3-0 win, bringing an end to that current season. Thus, Messi enjoyed a season where he bagged a total of 50 goals in La Liga. 50! Just in the league. 105 goals and assists in 60 games in total across all competitions, and it's crazy to think that there was more to come. Because even as the domestic season ended with relative disappointment for Barcelona as a whole, as they missed out on the league to Madrid whilst also losing to Chelsea in the UCL semi-finals, Messi's goal scoring was a different story. In June, he scored a goal in a 4-0 win against Ecuador, followed by a hat-trick and a dramatic 4-3 dub versus Brazil, and last but not least, one more versus Germany. Then, as the 2012-13 season began in August, Messi showed no signs of slowing down. He hit the ground running with the brace against Real Sociedad in a 5-1 demolition. Then, in the first leg of the Super Cup final, Messi bagged 1 in the 3-2 win versus fierce rivals Real Madrid, with Messi's influence on the game being simply otherworldly. Seriously, he was involved in practically every attack, proving to the world that this was his world and we were simply just living in it. And Osasuna found this out the hard way, as they were on the other end of a Messi brace. Likewise with Real Madrid, just 1 week after he ran the show against them in the first leg, as Leo bagged a goal in the second, which Real Madrid won 2-1. However, Los Blancos did get the last laugh, as they were the ones to lift the trophy in the end based on away goals regardless. But in September, Messi was back with Argentina, bagging once again in a match versus Paraguay, followed by 2 goals in 4 minutes in a 4-1 win against Getafe, and a brace in the Champions League in a 3-3 draw with Spartak Moscow. October then saw Messi determined to break more records. He scored a brace against Real Madrid and once against Uruguay. A few days later saw him net versus Chile as well, and so it was evident that Messi was on a mission to break Gerd Muller's calendar year goal record, something which was helped greatly with a hat-trick against Deportivo de La Coruña in an insane 5-4 win, and a brace in a slightly less dramatic 5-0 thumping of Rayo Vallecano. November then saw Messi's Champions League campaign continue with another goal against Celtic in a shock upset where the Scottish side somehow managed to win. Seriously, how did they pull that off? Nonetheless, Messi and the club got back to winning ways a few days later in a 4-2 win over Mallorca, with Messi scoring twice. Likewise against Zaragoza, as well as against Spartak Moscow, and against Levante. The braces didn't stop there either, as Messi headed into December hungry for a record which would change football forever, scoring another 2 goals in a 5-1 win against Athletic Bilbao and against Real Betis. They were the 2 that made all the difference though. After all, they took Messi's total for the year to 86, beating Gerd Muller's record which stood since 1972. In his record-breaking year, Müller scored 42 Bundesliga goals in 34 matches, propelling Bayern Munich to the German League title in 71-72 and the 72-73 seasons. He was also instrumental in West Germany's European Championship victories, scoring 5 goals in the 4 finals games under the old tournament format. Müller's record was further aided by Bayern's intense pre-season, featuring a whopping 21 matches and 37 games due to the delayed start of the domestic season caused by the Summer Olympics. During this period, Müller scored 12 goals in the inaugural DFB Pokal and added another 10 goals against Galatasaray and Ammonia Nicosia in the European Cup. And whilst it was impressive enough that Messi broke a record that the footballing world considered to be impossible, he then kept scoring. Messi's remarkable feat at just 25 years old cemented his status as one of football's all-time greats, breaking a record that many thought to be untouchable. Because despite just 3 games remaining of the year, Messi netted 5. 2 against Cordoba in the Copa del Rey, 2 more against Atletico Madrid, and lastly 1 more to top off the 91 versus Valladolid in a 3-1 win. Messi finished this season as top scorer in Spain and Europe for a second time with 50 goals, a La Liga record, whilst his 73 goals in all competition made him the single season top scorer in the history of European club football. This simply extraordinary year saw Messi make it to the final 3 nominees for the 2012 Ballon d'Or alongside teammate Andres Iniesta and, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo. Unsurprisingly, Leo won the award with ease, as it was totally undeniable no matter who or what anyone says, as he was not only the greatest footballer on the planet that year, it was possibly the most impressive year of any footballer ever, full stop. If you look just at how much Messi played for Barcelona in 2012, he scored an average of 1 goal every 66 minutes. The whole of Santander's team scored just 28 goals in 38 La Liga games during 2011-12, which is an average of 0.7 goals per game and 1 goal every 122 minutes. This just goes to show how ridiculous Messi's aggregate was, as, to be exact, Messi scored more goals in 2012 than an amazing 13 La Liga teams did all season. And if we're being brutally honest, it's just never gonna happen again. Firstly, Messi's consistency to that level has simply just never been replicated in the modern game. The closest there's been is with Lewandowski and Ronaldo with 69, but with both of them now in the twilight of their career, you're left with the likes of Mbappe and Haaland. Admittedly, Mbappe has proved he can bang them in, as he topped the charts with 56 in 2022 and 53 the year after. Likewise with Erling Haaland and his insane year at the time. But Messi simply being built different isn't the only reason this record can't be beaten, as the game has evolved greatly in those 12 years. Defenses have become more organised, with teams more focused on nullifying key players now. The level of tactical preparation and analysis today makes it even more challenging for a player to consistently find the back of the net at the rate Messi did, as it's often less about having one man score all the goals, but rather individuals helping the team as a whole share the goals. Furthermore, whilst Messi played a staggering amount of games in 2012 with 69, this is now the average. For example, in France, across all teams, players on average played 65 games across 2023. This influx of games, alongside the new Champions League format taking this number up even more, means squad depth is more important than ever. This means that even the tip-top players are more at risk of being left on the bench than ever. Again, if we use Erling Haaland as an example, as soon as Man City had mathematically secured the league title in the 22-23 season, he didn't play again due to the upcoming finals. This was to ensure he wasn't fatigued or, even worse, injured. Now this of course is beneficial for the squad as a whole, as they went on to win a treble. However, those couple of games are the difference maker for anyone aspiring to break Lionel Messi's record. And so I think it's incredibly unlikely that any player in our lifetimes will ever come close. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe, ding that notification bell. After all, it would mean the world to me. Also, maybe check this video out on your screen right now.